Hello accountants, this is your next assignment in Unit 8, Section 3, Financial Statements for a Corporation. This part 1 is pretty simple. All you need to do is figure out what the missing amount is in these cells. So basically what you have to do is decide whether or not to add or subtract the two amounts that they give you. So for instance, in this first one, if you have beginning merchandise inventory at 75,000 and throughout the year you made 15,800 worth of purchases, will you add those together or subtract them out to get your amount? So if we have a beginning inventory, then we add to it with purchases. What do you think that gives you? And same with this next one, when we're looking at net sales of 65,000, and then we have a cost of merchandise sold at 45,500. What does that give us for a total of gross profit on sales? Here's our net sales, and then the cost of what the items were that we sold. So do your math to figure out that total. Excuse me, I have a bit of a cold here if you can't tell. And so that's what you do with the rest of these items as well. Refer to your text or let me know if you have any questions. And then in part 2, we've done income statements before, but those were for a sole proprietorship. Now we're looking at income statements for a corporation, so it's a little more detailed. If you are struggling at all, make sure to refer to your text. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. This is page 19 of section 3, and it has a income statement for Olympic Sportswear made up for you. So if you have questions, you can refer to that as an example. And I went ahead and highlighted the cells that you should have amounts in, okay? Because I know it can kind of get confusing as to what column you should be using. So I helped you out with highlighting what cells the different amounts should be in. Then when you see this bold black line, that means you're either going to be adding or subtracting the amounts above that line, okay, to get the next amount. Let's just do the first couple here. So first we're looking at our revenue, so we have sales, and when we look up here and we see sales for $500,000, so we put in sales 500,000. And we minus our sales discount, which is $650, and sales returns and allowances, which is $3,000. Okay, then we want to put that amount. So we add our amounts that we're subtracting, we add them together and put that total here. And then we're going to want to subtract the sales discounts and returns from our sales to get this amount here. Get my handy calculator. And so that gives me $496,350 right there. Okay, and then we look at our cost of merchandise sold. That's an amount that we are, obviously there's not a highlighted box here, so we're going to be adding and subtracting these amounts. So we move on to beginning merchandise inventory for 85,000. Purchases we made for 265,000. We also add our items transported in for 4,200, and we put that total amount here. You're going to add up your purchase discounts and purchase returns, put that total here, and then subtract those amounts to get your total net purchases. Okay, so it's pretty, I have it pretty well laid out for you. So you should be able to fill in these highlighted cells, and make sure you refer to that page 19 of section 3 in unit 8 if you have any other questions about adding or subtracting, or be sure to hit me up. I want to make sure you guys are aware of, hopefully you saw my email today about the general classroom that I put together. I just want to show you real quick how you can kind of get a hold of me in those situations. So you can access me. This is that general classroom that I told you about. If you're working on an assignment or anything and you're confused, let me zoom in. Confused about something, you can shoot me an email or send me an instant message rather, because I sit on my computer all day, so you could just type an instant message to me here, say, hey, do you have a minute to meet me in the classroom? And I can go and meet you in the classroom. So you'll click on this link here and enter into just like you would a normal Class Connect session, and that way I can go in there with you, maybe do some application share to help clear up any questions that you have. So make sure you take advantage of that, the general classroom, and also of this Instant Messenger app. I had MSN, but it was not really working well for me, so I put in this Yahoo ping box just today, so I thought it was a little more fun with the cheetah print. So those are two great ways to get a hold of me, and if you guys ever have any questions. So there you go. Good luck, and let me know if you need some help.